The Southern Belle is a powerful mix of French, African, American, and Canadian cultures. It is one of those states that has something that makes it stand out. And with such diverse cultures come a lot of different things to do. Everyone knows that New Orleans loves jazz, but if you go further away from the crowded bars and wild parties, you'll find some truly unique and amazing landscapes. When you visit this southeastern U.S. state, you'll be amazed by the swamps, the well-preserved historic buildings, and the way the people there always appreciate the good things in life. Here are the most beautiful places to visit in Louisiana, USA. However, before we begin our video, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon. Let's get started. New Orleans French Quarter. The cool city is a must-see place to visit in Louisiana. This is one of Louisiana's most famous and best places to visit. Go to the French Quarter if you want to feel romantic and a little bit fancy. It combines the very old and the very new in a melting pot that will make your eyes pop. It's not hard to picture a world full of powdered wigs, fake beauty spots, and hand fans when you're here. All your senses will be overwhelmed. You'll also have a lot of choices when it comes to food, in addition to the great sights. After all, it is the French Quarter. Step into this melting pot of cultures and have a drink in one of the original gaudy bars while you eat some Creole food. Jane Lafitte National Historical Park and Preserve, one of the most stunning beauty spots to explore in Louisiana. Most people would probably think of misty bays, alligators, and swamps when they think of the deep south of the United States. They would be right, especially if they had been to Jean Lafitte National Park before. This park has over 20,000 acres of wetland and a lot of different things to do. Take a hike on a marked trail, have a picnic, and look at the wildlife around you. Be careful not to feed the alligators. We're not joking, you can't miss them because they're everywhere. Hamas House and Gardens, a striking Greek revival mansion. If you want to know what it was like to live on a sugar plantation in the 1800s, this house is the best way to do it. You can only imagine how rich and luxurious this place must have been back then. Don't worry if you don't have a lot of ideas. Artwork and hands-on displays will help people learn about the past. You can also get food to eat during your trip at the award-winning restaurants on site. You can also spend the night on the plantation if you want to. Luxury cottages are available to rent by night, so you can make the most of your time in a beautiful place. The Louisiana Wetlands, stunning water-saturated coastal and swamp regions. The wetland ecosystem in Louisiana is surprisingly fragile and delicate. It has had a hard time over the years, so you should enjoy it while you can. They have been used up a lot by farming, mining, building, and the occasional hurricane. Come here to get a real taste of the Wild South. There are eco-friendly boat tours where you can see white-tailed deer, raccoons, and the always-present alligators. Fans of animals are in for a treat because there are a lot of different species in the water of the wetlands. Old State Capitol, one of the most beautiful houses to explore in Louisiana. A little bit of a mystery surrounds the Old State Capitol building. It looks like a castle and is full of valuable things. It has a museum inside that tries to teach people about everything from the arts to how the government works. As soon as you walk through the front door of this 19th century building, you'll see a rainbow of colors. The building's main hall has a beautiful stained glass window in the front that, at the right time of day, fills the whole room with a soft rainbow of colors. It seems strange. There are ghost tours and full-length movies, as well as displays that honor the women's suffragette movement. It's a great place to go, especially when it's raining. Lafayette, a famous city in Louisiana, which has seriously beautiful surroundings. People have chosen Lafayette as the happiest city in the United States. It's easy to see why when you go there. When you combine the good old US of A with a little bit of Creole and Cajun culture, you get a good time vibe that you can't find anywhere else. You're in for a real treat, whether it's food, music, or culture. If everything gets too much and you want to calm down, go to Vermilionville Historic Village. There you can see how people used to live in Louisiana. You could also go to Cypress Lake, which is in the middle of the University of Louisiana. This green oasis was once a place for migrating buffalo to drink water. Now it's a nice green space where you could have a picnic. Mississippi River, one of the world's most beautiful and famous rivers in the world. Before Huckleberry Finn started his imaginary trip down the Mississippi, he said, "Stars and shadows aren't good for seeing by." He had a point. This famous river is a beautiful sight. It starts in Minnesota and is the second largest in North America. It's as much a part of Louisiana as Mardi Gras and jazz. There are many things to do in the river and on it. Take a ride on a real paddle steamer, eat at one of the many riverside restaurants that serve traditional Southern food, or just go for a walk. It is over 2,000 miles long, so you won't be able to see everything in one day. Tree Tunnel Vacherie, a unique and photogenic place to visit in Louisiana. Oak trees are the best way to learn about the past. This tunnel is made up of 28 of them, and their twisted branches reach out to touch each other over the wide path that leads to this beautiful plantation house. Go early or late for the best chance of getting a good picture without a bunch of tourists standing around gaping. Even though the tree tunnel is pretty, you must go to the house itself. It is a worthwhile and sobering experience to see how the haves lived in luxury, while the have-nots lived in complete cruelty and squalor. It teaches about culture, history, and sad to say, the worst in people. Shreveport Skyline, the most populous city in Louisiana. Shreveport is a city that is typical of those found in the United States, but if you go outside of the city and to the river at the correct moment, you can witness something that is out of this world. It is a fantastic opportunity for those interested in photography. The Red River, with its curved bridges and the city skyline in the distance, makes for a beautiful image, especially when the sun is setting in the background. Even if you aren't interested in photography, it's always a good idea to go for a stroll in the evening and soak up the ambience. Fontainebleau State Park, one of the most beautiful national parks in Louisiana. On the northern side of Lake Pontchartrain is where you'll find the Fontainebleau State Park. It was served as the location of a large sugar plantation and encompasses over 2,800 acres. People can now go there to take in some healthy oxygen among the towering oak trees and lush vegetation that currently thrives there. You have the option of spending the night in a tent, as well as renting a cabin or lodge. On particularly sweltering days, head down to the lakeside to soak up some sun, and then go for a canoe ride on the adjoining body of water. That's it for today. We hope you found our video interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.